So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront, and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. Happy Friday. Come on in. Good to have you here today. So this week we're going to talk about, visions and keeping the vision and internal missions and 80% rules and agendas and all that kind of stuff all week long. Today, I'm going to give you some ultimate freedom if that's okay. You don't have to take it. And it's no hype. It's no clickbait here. It's just really, truly ultimate freedom. Permission to build your dream in private without telling anyone you're doing it, without asking for permission, without performing for an audience at all. This is where everything changes. And if you will give yourself permission to do the things that you need to be doing, when you want to do them, the way you want to do them, man, watch what happens. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. My name is Scott Smith. Good to have you. Rolling through a bit of a theme week, kind of like what's happening this week, kind of a few tweaks I'd make if I'm being honest with you. But I think reiterating a message again and again and again is a really great way to learn. The repetition of the mother of all skill, as they say. Thanks for stopping by. Well, let's talk about this today, okay? A few years ago, I got a couple of messages from clients after, I think it was a couple of weeks off. I think it was around the holiday season I got it. And I kind of had a big smile. First message said this. It said, Scott, I decided to spend the weekend practicing what I do in private, something I say all the time, so that I will be praised in public, something somebody else said and I just copied. I didn't tell anyone what I was working on. I just worked on it. And you know what? I got more done in 3 days than I have in the last 3 months. The second message said, I completed a new project over the weekend and I'm heading in a completely new direction. I'm thinking, wait a second, that's amazing. I didn't even know you were working on a project, and why didn't you mention it? She said, I know. I'm learning. Nobody needs to know what I'm doing. I just did it. Now, I have to tell you, I do a lot of, a ton of coaching. I deal with dozens and dozens of people every single week. And I will tell you that one of the things that has become very, very clear to me is that people need permission. And oftentimes I will just give them permission to go do something. I said, you know what? You can actually just this weekend, you can pull your laptop out and you can write your book. I can't do that. I got stuff to do. You actually really could. So I gave you permission to go do it. There's 1,000 examples like that. It's amazing to me how many people have not figured out that you really can create whatever you want to create. In fact, everything that I've ever done in my whole life, I understand this very, very specifically. If I ever feel like the world is stamping on me, that I can't get what I want, I'm frustrated because, the algorithm and all the stuff is going on. We all live it, right? If I ever feel, I always do one thing. Close the door, ask, what would Scott do? And Scott, go do it. And then when I'm done, say, hey, look what I did. And people go, wow, how'd you do that? Boom. Every single time. Ask a salesman, how do they make a lot of money? Pick up the phone and make the call. Do they like to? No. That's why salesmen make so much money, because they're willing to pick up the phone to make the call. If you don't make the call, you get nothing. Years ago in the movie theaters, we used to go and there was an ad. You remember this when you used to go to movie theaters? I still do. We have a membership at Regal, so we actually see movies several times a month. It used to be an ad that would run. What happens is when a business doesn't advertise? Nothing. That's crazy. It's amazing that when we get so caught up in this stuff. We can sit down and create anything we want to and just go dark and just be quiet. Just make it. When we show up, here we are. That's the secret of every successful person I know. They don't announce their plans at all. They don't perform the process. They don't start a launch. They don't do a Twitter feed or X feed, whatever it is. They don't seek validation before they begin. They don't get permission whatsoever. They just do it. They go practice in private until they're ready to share their results in public. When they reveal what they've been building. I mentioned yesterday the YouTube channel coming up. I haven't really given you a lot of information on that. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. I mentioned it just so you need to know, so you can find me there and stuff like that. It's a business thing, right? But for the most part, don't really care. I'm just going to sit down and do it, figure it out. My wife says, how's it coming? I said, coming really good. I actually like what it's going to be. Taking me months to figure it out the way I want to do it. Do I ask anybody? Do I care? Not really. I'm going to put it out there. We'll see what happens. I'll go back and fix it. This whole podcast I do now, everybody thinks it happened overnight. It did not. It's been a process all along the way. What ends up happening is when you're doing things like this, when you decide that you want to do something and you just don't need anybody else's help and you decide to protect your vision and sit down and work in private until you get it done, man, guess what people say? Ooh, that's a great idea. I didn't even know you were doing that. That's awesome. How'd you come up with that idea? Yeah. It's the same thing as like if you finally decide to do something you've been saying you're going to do for a long time and you finally do it, usually what your friends say, what took you so long? Nobody needs to know what you're going to do. Just sit down and do it. You just need to see where you are and sit down and make it happen. Okay, you get that point. So something I've learned over the years.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
In the last few decades, it's just increasingly popular for people to share every little aspect of their lives with others. Document everything. Be transparent. Share your journey. Show your process. Go on YouTube. It's behind the scenes. Show me how you do your thing. I don't really believe in that. I think it's interesting to watch. I love behind the scenes stuff too. But at the same time, it's like, sometimes listen, I don't want you to see my bad hair day. I just don't. I'm going to do my thing. I'll tell you about it later. I'm here to tell you right now, when it comes down to getting what you want, keeping your plans to yourself is one of those powerful tools you have. You share them when you're ready. You share them when you need some help. You share them when you want to get it out to the world. But before then, you're on your own. Now, before you think I'm telling you to be secretive or deceptive, let me be clear about something. I'm not. There's a massive difference between secrecy and privacy. Secrecy is hiding because you're ashamed, right? Privacy is protecting because you're wise. You share your vision with everyone. Before it's fully formed, three things happen. None of them are good, by the way. First, other people start redefining your vision in real time. They mean well, they do. They want to help, but suddenly your dream starts to, sound like their vision and their dream. And, ooh, have you thought about doing it this way? Oh, that's hard. Maybe you should try it this way. My cousin tried it once, didn't work out. Ooh. Before you know it, you're all over the place. And this whole week is about you thinking about you and you making your life whatever you want it to be. And never forget that I really truly believe if you can, like in my case, and let me share this with you, I never got in this business to want to help people. That's not why I do this job. And some people look at me like, how could you do that? How could you say that? You should want to help. Don't get me wrong, I do, but I didn't get in the business. I just knew something. I just knew that if I did what I did, that there are a significant number of people that are helped by it. And so therefore, if I want to help people, I need to do what I do. And every time I get off the rails a little bit and start listening to other people, I fail miserably. So then you all say, man, you messed up again. And then, oh, look, Scott's back on track again. It happens all the time. Energy is being stolen from what you actually want to do if you don't sit down and take time just to lock yourself in a room, decide what you want, and make it happen. So about 3 tools I think will change your life. 1, practice privately until you're ready to share it with the world. Nobody needs to know a thing about what you're doing. Just get really good at it and go, oh, look what I got. Number 2, there is no need to tell anybody. Just go do it. Do not tell, guess what I'm doing this weekend. No, don't do it. Just do it. It's easier to get things done when everybody else is busy and looking the other direction and isn't poking their nose in your business. And by the way, we have coming up in the next couple of weeks, the holiday season is about to arrive. Do you think people are going to be busy? I'm telling you guys right now, and I'm coaching people, this is the time of the year when high performers get busy because we know something. We know that in November and December, when you all get busy shopping for deals and eating turkey and all that kind of stuff, and you're going to come back sometime in January and say, okay, let's get 2026 underway, we will change the world, and you'll come back and say, what the hell happened to you? How'd you get here? Because I just closed the door, got to it, and then announced it to the world. You can do the same thing. All right, well, this has been kind of fun this week. I have not even told you anything about how to contact me this week. I'm not even going to say it today, okay? I will say this, that we will be on Apple and Spotify as we have been in every place in the world. This podcast will still be audio. Switching over to YouTube beginning Monday. You'll get 5 shows there. Some behind-the-scenes activity. Yeah, we'll do that. And the audio too, so nothing changes. And a new theme song, so I look forward to hearing what you think about my choices. And please be nice, all right? Have a good weekend. I'll see you Monday.